I'm going to share my screen early. I know everybody's not in here yet, but I want to share my screen because I want to show you guys the morning time when we ended in the trade. We ended in the trade. Why is my camera showing acting up? But I want to show you guys when we were in the trade yesterday. Remember, I was in the negative, and I was showing you guys the hedge, but we didn't get to finish it out. Well, I just wanted to show you one of the things that I talk about when I talk about the hedge is I talk about the ability to go to sleep. Like the hedge gives you that ability to go to sleep, not worry about the trade, and then come back once the trade is ready and continue trading. So as you can see, and I just want to just have this on the recording. As you can see, I was like 900 and something dollars negative. Not only am I in the positive on this trade, and I'm going to close these all out, but I'm also actually up because I had been scalping it in the history. Remember, it started at $6.75 yesterday. I had been scalping it, and I think all of this amounts to like $800, right? So that $800, because I'm in the positive $39, I actually made 800 and whatever I end up closing this at on top of it. So I just want you guys to know that the hedge works. The hedge works. I'm going to close all the positions. So I closed at about $30. So you'll see these two negatives here, but you also see these two positives that eat those up right there. Plus it's a leftover remaining. So that's the last ones I just closed. But all of these above here up until it starts at 675. So if I add the 675 and then keep going down 153.5. Oops, I'm not adding anything right now. But if I add, you'll see that it ends up being like 800 and something dollars. I was calculating it yesterday, but I stopped calculating it because I went to bed. I hedged it up, evened it up, went to bed, set the alarm. I think I actually set the alarm in class. Once the alarm went off, I've entered the next trade, the third trade, and that was it. And so, and then I said I was trying to wait till this morning because I wanted you guys to see it. But of course, with the opening, yep, that's it, 878.50. So I made 878.50. And then I'm going to show you, these are the hedges. So I'm going to subtract out the 576.5, and I'm going to subtract out the 512.25, and then add in the other two. So $974. So I made $1,000 yesterday using the hedge. I mean, between yesterday and today on that trade that I think I was about this much in the hole, and I end up making that much using the hedge. So I just wanted to start the video this morning before it got crazy also, so I can get into my position when it's time. But I wanted to start the video early, a little bit early, to show you guys just how powerful the hedge is. And I went to sleep on this trade. So I'm just closing this up this morning with $1,000 in profit. So I just wanted you guys to see how powerful the hedge is. Now I'm going to cut off the video for a minute to pause the pause.
So am I hearing you correct? Am I hearing you correct? So you're gonna start doing. You're gonna start using for your examples. We're gonna start using Trade Locker.
So what I'm saying is, yeah. So basically, the same way like we go into Apex, like when I teach position trading, I don't use you can't use Apex because it's a drawdown. So you have to. So I've been showing you guys on MT5 when I put my positions in. I've been showing you guys on MT5, right? But a lot of brokers, if you're a U.S. resident, a lot of brokers, don't use MT5 anymore. Yes. They don't use MT5 anymore. And so for that reason, they have there's a lot of different platforms. There's a lot of different brokers, but they all use their own proprietary platform. So Trade Locker is coming out as one, they're trying to get more brokers to join to use them, just like MT5 did. You know, MT4, MT5, they had a whole bunch of brokers. You find your broker on their platform. So same way, because it's a trading platform. It's like the same thing that you just execute your trades from there, just like you did with MT4, MT5. And so Trade Locker is one of those. And so, yeah, I want to be able to use different platforms, so you guys will see different platforms, because you're not going to be, everybody's not going to use MT4 and MT5 anymore, because they're no longer accepting brokers that are not U.S. regulated.
Okay.
Not for U.S. residents, at least. So, so for U.S. residents, you know, that broker won't go with MT4, MT5, because they're only accepting U.S. residents. So they go to their own proprietary platform. So like, for instance, Osprey FX, they're not U.S. regulated, right? But they allow U.S. residents as long as they use their platform, which is Trade Locker. But Osprey used to be on MT4, MT5.
Yeah, it did. Yes, it did.
You understand? So that's the difference. So that's the difference. And so that's what I'm saying. So I want other people to see the trades on the other platforms. Okay. So that's why I'm going to be using the other platforms. You guys will need to, you know, begin to look at, if you don't already have brokers, you need to look at Black brokers and their platforms. You want to see, how is their platform performing? Like yesterday, we were looking at PlexiTrade and they kept freezing, right? I was using, you know, their platform. I was using MT5, but when MT5 is running, it's not running their own server. They're running the server of whoever your broker is. They're just connecting you to them. So that means, so when PlexiTrade server is freezing, that means you could possibly run into some problems when you trade. Now, granted, most brokers have a demo server and a live server, right? Most of them. Thank you, Shadia. She says she used Osprey Trade Locker, and so far she have no complaints. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. Have you taken withdrawals? How have your withdrawal, if you don't mind me asking, how has your withdrawals been with Osprey Trade Locker?
I've never had
that's important.
Good morning. And that is important. And no, I haven't. So,
okay. That's the important part. The withdrawals and the server. We don't want the server to freeze
just
up.
as far as the execution, and it's very user friendly. But yeah, I still have yet to take a withdrawal. So,
well, I'm letting you know, I've had no problems with withdrawals from Trade Locker, none at all. And
awesome.
Good.
I was joining.
Okay, you got. We're about to have 6:30 opening bell. What do we want to look at trading today? What do you guys want to look at? I want to turn to it.
Anything. Everything is moving. NAS is ready.
Okay. NAS
is ready. US 30 is ready. US 30 is ready. NAS is ready. Let me see. S&P is coming down. S&P is actually getting ready faster, but.
Okay, so I'm on S&P right now. Let me share my screen. All right, so we got a minute, we got seconds. Where's my share my screen at? There it is.
Oh,
we missed it.
No, I wasn't getting that sell, but I didn't.
Oh, I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. All right, that's I already knew what you was talking about. But remember, don't trip, don't get FOMO, because remember, this is 6:30 opening bell. It's gonna show us what it's gonna do. If it's gonna continue, it'll go up a little bit and then continue down. So you'll have an opportunity to get back into that sell. And that's what I'm trying to show you guys, that don't worry about it. Let them do what they do at 6:30. Don't get caught up in the hype at the beginning few minutes. Wait a few minutes, and then you'll see what they're really going to do. Let me I want to go to Trading View. Yeah. So just don't even trip. Don't get FOMO. We good. Because we know where they're going to already. We already know they're going to here first. We already know that. We know that.
Yeah.
We already know. So if they go here and then they pull back and then they come back, we know. We got the sauce already. We got it. We got the sauce. We know where they're going to. We know where they're going to get stopped at. We know. They gonna get stopped here or here. We already know. So don't even, that's what I'm saying. We don't have no FOMO over here. We know what they doing. Is
You're going off, you're going off, everybody's going off, everybody's good. Okay, we got this money. All right.
what I tell you. Look at tell me. They go straight to the ultimate support.
That's right. Let's do this.
So you'll know if they continue down and they break through this, that's when they pull back. I'm on the 1 minute. Let me go to the 30 seconds. And you can go down as far, because I'm telling you they're gonna pull back. And if they pull back and go up and make a new high, you know that their intention is to go up. They may not do it right then, but their intention by the end of it is to go up. But if they come and pull up and then come back down, they're going down. So that's what I said. This first little drop, that's just them collecting money. They trying to, collect some, confuse the enemy, call it. So, but you already know what they're doing. Wait for the pullback, wait for it to settle down so your account not going crazy. Once it settles down, get in, because this is the big move of the day this is always the big move of the day, because you have both New York and London markets open at the same time right now. And I think Asia's about to close, but yeah. So this is the biggest time that movement happens, is during the New York session. So the early morning of your New York session. So you good. Opening bell is, because New York session is really, it's opening bell, but it's already been open at 5:30. Well, my time, 8:30. So it's 9:30 is the opening bell, but they've already been open. So that's why sometimes you get a flux at 8:30 in the morning. You get you might get a run of something, or a lot of news comes out at 5:30 as well, or 8:30 New York time. What I'm trying to say. I'm so used to saying it on my time zone. But what did I say? If it comes up and pulls up and come back, this is your opportunity to get into a trade. And do I have trade? I think I have Trade Locker up here. Yeah, it's right here. Oops. Yeah, so
Okay, what are we doing here?
this is Trade Locker over here. This is when you're getting into your how is NAS? What is NAS doing?
NAS is going down.
It's dropping too.
Oh, NAS is just going up. Okay, I just check. I got it. My bad.
They're dropping.
Yep, they're dropping.
Okay, I just want, because they usually correlate.
Yes, they do.
The indices usually correlate, you guys, just so you know. They usually go in the same. Now, S&P will sometimes be opposite of US 30, I think it is. Sometimes it like switches up.
You in Forex on the other chart. EURAUD.
I know. I'm about to change it. This is I was trying to get to, this is my
Trade Locker. I have Trade Locker
yeah.
too.
Okay, that's good. So a lot of you guys already use it. Yeah. Yeah, I was just let me go to my favorites. Hey, oh, I'm on my live account. I'm like, what happened? Okay, let me just go to I was in S&P. Okay. I didn't set up my live account. My demo account is set up. So yeah, you just want to wait for it to slow down. We already know that it's at a resistant area. We see that if you're looking at getting in S&P, we know that it's come down. This was part of the I'm on the 30 seconds. So this was part of 6:30 opening bell, or 9:30 opening bell. It's doing its pullback thing right now. So you want to wait till it settles. My opinion, I like for it to go back and come back. It does not necessarily have to do that, especially because it's opening bell, but I like to wait. We see that we have this low here, that it's looking to break, right? So I would like to see it break that to tell me that it's done with this resistant area. But you can get in wherever you feel comfortable, but this is because it didn't go back up, right? It's being stopped here. You know that it's going to continue down. You know that it's continue down. And over here, this is the 1 minute chart. This is the zone that we're looking at right now when I say over here. So once it passes this zone, right, the next place it has to go to is here. So that's a nice little drop. We got a 1 candle resistance right here and right here, but this kind of lines up with this. So once it breaks free of this, we got this little bit of resistance here that we got to look out for. And then we're down to here. You know, this is all together for me. But then we're down to here. So that's a nice little drop for S&P. For those looking for a trade, that's a nice little drop. And remember, when you're coming at the like the heat of the morning or the main time of the morning, you can get a nice little drop. A lot of people like to get caught up in this drop, right? Like to catch this drop right here. And that is a good drop to catch if you're on the right side, because just as quickly as it can drop, it can go with, you can go with it, you can go against it. So for me, I like to wait until afterwards, because then you kind of have a little bit more security in the trade. So if you wait. So again, like I said, like it's doing what I like for it to go back, like to show that resistance, like the other side took it over and then they took it back. So that tells me you're really in control, because if you can take something back after somebody has taken it, you really showing your strength. And so that's the reason I like to see it go back and come back. But we'll see what it does. Good morning, Antoinette. Good morning. You can see it's trying to break through. This drop is exciting when it's going with you, but never, that morning, I used to trade that. I used to scalp that. But then I started to really, really look at it and say, hey, you can catch just as many pips and not be panicked. Because when I used to scalp that, we would be panicked. Because it was me and my cousins. And so I'm like, we used to scalp that, but I noticed, I just started to see like you could wait 10 minutes and get the same amount of pips and not have that panicked rush. So yeah, see, it's about to break here. See this little 1 candle? You gotta watch those as areas that they resist that. That's on the 1 minute. I'm on the 1 minute on Trade Locker. I'm gonna do a 0.1. See, oh no, I can't. Oh, because I'm like, why I can't do it? I forgot this only a $90. That's only a $90 account. I don't even have it. I forgot this is a play count. All right. So we can see it's breaking. It's breaking this area. It's breaking this area. And it's taking this out at the same time. This 1 candle resistance is that's why I rejected here this time, because of this 1 candle resistance. So now we're gonna see if it's gonna break through this. And that's gonna be my sign for entry. See, this is over here. The body of the candle did not break, so we're gonna wait. We're waiting for that.
Well, I'm looking for.
We can see on our clouds are nice and white. We got some resistance here, but they're spread far apart. That's also good. I'm just waiting. There we go. There we go. There we go. There you go. Waiting for that. We can see it nice. It's nice clouds.
Harvest.
We're retesting. It's retesting. And I didn't have my RSI up to check. If we was at the bottom of the top. Indicators.
I'm seeing the buy. Okay.
Yeah, see, we was at the bottom. Yeah, if I would have had my RSI, I would have knew it wasn't ready. Yeah. That's where the RSI come in. I would have knew that this was gonna come up and come back because I knew it kind of from here, but I thought maybe not. But the RSI would have told me that it's not ready yet, that it's gonna pull back. Cause I'm telling you, if you watch 9 times out of 10, the RSI will give you your moment, like is it ready? If you're if it's coming from the top, it don't have to be exactly at the top, but coming from the top versus being at the bottom, when it's at the bottom, it's like it's got to take its breath, but it needs to be coming from the top. And that tells you when it's ready it's time, it's ready, that momentum is with you. So I already know it's going to continue down, but this just gives you having the RSI in combination with your analysis just gives you like perfect entry. No drawdown entry is what I call it, the no drawdown entry. So it did its retest after breaking this. It did its retest and it's coming back down. And it's probably going to play around right in here for a little bit until this goes green and come back red. Because I just, that's why I wait for it, because I just noticed that it happens quite often that it'll go, once it's done, it'll go green, go the opposite color in the histogram and then come back. So it'll probably be playing around here for a little bit while it waits for the RSI to go up also.
see.
But now, if we're using our points, what we're gonna look at here to determine, like, say we were in this trade and we were unsure, should we stay in or get out? Because it's now going against you if you went in the sell. Just say for instance, if that was the case, you got 1, 2, 3. This makes your fourth point. So this would be your determining factor, meaning is it gonna, if it makes a higher low, then you know that it's going to continue up. But if it makes a lower low, you know that you're good to stay in. And that's where I say the 4 points really help, because it gives you an early way out so that you're not stuck wondering, is it going to go back down? Is it going to go back up? You already know. So in this particular case, it came right. All of these are wicks. So it's like when it's right in that area. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like a maybe, but I would, for me, especially if I thinking about it the way I trade, like when I do short trades, which this, or scalp trades, what I would call it as a scalp trade, if I don't have something else confirming and I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is a 30-second, so remember I'm taking it with the grain of salt because it is the 30-second, but I'm paying attention to it. So I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this is kind of close, not really, there yet. Let me see if what it's gonna do. I'm gonna wait a couple candles, especially if I see I'm getting my MACD back or my RSI is pointing downward. I'm gonna give it, give it some room. I'm gonna give it a little bit more room. Especially knowing that, look, this is right at a resistance area. So I'm gonna give it a little room because I expect it to resist here, but I'm not going to let it go way up and think that it's going to come back. So at that point, I would put in, because I'm not getting out in a loss. So at that point, I would put in a hedge. If I thought that, because I'm going to have usually a bigger lot size, because on my shorter trades, I have a bigger lot size. So I have more at risk as far as dollar wise in a short period of time. So I have to be able to make those quick decisions and know that I need to get out here, or I need to put a hedge in here and wait to figure out what the market is going to do. But now, as you see, I'm getting all the signals indicating that it's going to continue down, which we see it did, just broke through that like that. So I'm good. I don't have to, but I'm just showing you guys what I would have used to determine, should I stay in, should I get out? So this is now the real low. So we know it broke below everything. So I don't have to worry anymore. So, but that's how I would start looking at the 4 points as a way of, while I'm scalping, should I stay in this position or should I get out? Should I hedge this position? What should I do? That's how I look. That's how I use the 4 points to help me. Because I know that's one of the biggest questions that traders have, especially new traders. When do I know when it's time to get out or it's time to stay? How do I know that? How do I know when is it time to get out, take my loss, cut my losses? That's the biggest question for traders. Now remember, it's breaking. Where did I? Let me see. Let me get my other. What did I tell you? This was going to be our next area of resistance, and that's where we resistance. So by looking and seeing them one candle resistance areas, and then I said this will be our next area, but all this is kind of together, and it'll be trying to break this low. But it's coming for this. Trust me, it's coming for this. This is going to give you some resistance, but it's coming for this. And then you just keep looking left, and then you'll get to see your next area. And this is how, for me, I determine, okay, do I want to stay in? I get to seeing a lot of resistance, and I see, like you can see, it took 1, 2, you got 2, and then it broke back through it. So you get to see by looking to the left, when do you want to get out? When do you want to stay in? But you can just look for the red areas to tell you on this particular, your resistance zones, to tell you, you know that this is what you're trying to get through. If it seems like it's struggling too much and it can't get through it, get out and take your profit and leave. You know, if it seems like it's going to break or, you know, whatever. If not, if, you know, again, you don't want to give all your profit back. So you can, you know, get out or hedge, you know, one of the two, but you got to know how to hedge when you're, especially when you're in profit, because you hedge a little bit differently. But yeah, so that's how I determine what I'm going to do. But like I said, I use my clouds too. My clouds are showing, you know, really good, strong clouds. I know that this is just it breathing because I'm looking at my RSI. It's at the bottom. It's got to breathe. We can't just exhale. We have to inhale too. Well, so does the market. So does everything that's you know, has breath. So it has to exhale, and that's it exhaling. You know it. That's what the RSI shows me when it's time to take a breath. So it took a little breath, and it's coming back down. Sometimes it takes full breaths. Sometimes it takes short breaths, and that's why I use the RSI in conjunction with my trading, because that's when it tells me, like, you know, when it's breathing, so to speak. So as we break through this right here, then the next spot we're going to start running into is right around here. And depending on what time frame you see these one candle resistance will determine how long or how much resistance you may get. Because of course, if you get a one candle resistance on a higher time frame, say we saw that on the hour, remember that it resisted in that area for at least an hour to get that one candle resistance. So you may have to be in, you know, you may have, it's showing that it took an hour, you know, of resistance to get past it. So you may be in that resistance for an hour. You know, it's not saying exactly, but just know that the higher the time frame, the longer the resistance may be in that particular hour. I mean, in that particular area. So we're breaking through. And you can see here, this is showing you the same kind of area of where this is. So it's showing you the same area of resistance. But like I said, my clouds are still strong. That's what, you know, my clouds are, even though now you do want to start looking at, look at this. You're starting to kind of get divergence if you kind of pay attention. You're starting to get some divergence there. So you know that as you start to get divergence, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to turn, especially because your divergence is on the 30 seconds. But you do want to pay attention to it because it could mean the beginning of a pullback, even if it's not a full retracement, it could be. So again, that would be you giving your profit back. So remember, you can always re-enter. You exit the trade and re-enter, which is what I'm going to do right now, just because. But because I'm trying to train myself to do that. You can always re-enter. Just know that as you know, it starts to show you different things. It's not, you know, if you're on the show, that's why I call it scalping, because if I'm on the lower time frame, I'm not in a position trade. I'm not, you know, to me, position trades are not meant to be watched. You put the position in and let it go. And see, I knew that because I saw some divergence coming. I know it doesn't mean it's not going to come back. I just didn't want to get my little profit back. Like, I'd rather wait and re-enter and keep the profit that I had. Because I can see, you can look at my cloud too and see there's a little curve starting to happen. Doesn't mean it's not going to continue. See, it just means that it's something to watch for. But I could see the RSI trying to creep up. Ooh, excuse me. Especially when this RSI, this line gets above the 50. That's kind of telling you it's more upward bound. It gets below the 50, is more downward bound. So, but yeah. Anybody have any questions? No. Yeah, see, I saved this 6:30 move, I saved that for my daily bread trade. And then if I want to trade afterwards, then I use the rest of it. Because really, I mean, even if you had a position trade, you could really put a position trade in here and go to like the 15-minute and find the next, the next places, places it's going. So this is the 15-minute. You know that it's coming. This is where your next potential double bottom is at. Well, we're almost there. It's there, and this will make a determined factor. If it pushes past this double bottom, then it's coming to right here. So you can literally go in, put a position trade in, put one TP here and do a second TP there. Like take some money off the table here and then let it continue. Let the trade right out to here and even possibly down to here is the next place. So that's how I would do that. And then I would go on about my day, because I know they're trying to take it down, because they already told me they're trying to take it down. So I would already know. So you literally could put, matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. And if I figure out, I'm not quite good at working in here yet, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do a 0.1 position. Oh, I'm going to do this. And stop loss is going to be above. Do my stop loss on the lower time frame. Profit. And down to see what the 5-minute is showing me. So this is the 1-minute resistance there on the 5-minute. Let me see the 1-minute. Oh, yeah. So that lines up with that. I can even go to here. And then, all right. That's it. All right. Where's my done. So what I just did, I don't know if you saw, but basically with TradeLocker, when you want to go to set whether it's market execution or like this is market execution, or if you want to do a pending order, you can do a pending order or market execution. And then you can like click that you're going to put in a take profit and a stop loss. You can even click that you want it to trail by just clicking. And but you go in and you put in, you can slide these things, which is the easiest thing to do. You can see we dropping. You can slide these things. I told you it was going to drop. The clouds look too good. I knew they was dropping.
I'm good for
the clouds that's why I kept commenting on the clouds. They looked out. I knew it was going. That's why I went and put my trade in. No, but yeah. So but anyway, you can go through, put all of this stuff in, and you can move while you're moving it around, it's in draft mode. And so then when you finally click, it'll be ready to go. And if you can do pending versus market order, meaning soon as I click here, I want it to open. If you do pending, it'll say at whatever price is when I want you to open it. So that's the difference in the two. And so I kind of like it. It's really user-friendly, like Shadia said, really user-friendly. Look at me. And I'm finna change this to trail because I meant to tell it to trail and forgot. Where's my position set?
I'm good.
Oh, let's see.
They got both 50Ks. They're done.
Huh?
I won both 150Ks. I won.
That's right. Congratulations.
I gotta work on my 300s.
Huh?
Now I'm gonna work on my 300s.
Okay. So, and this is how you can go in and edit. So I wanted it to trail. I can edit it to trail, trail my stop loss. And then this is my stop loss right now. So you just move it to where you want it to trail at. Basically, I can't put it, it'll close it right there. But you put it where you want to trail, and it'll trail that many points behind it, wherever it's at, wherever you have it set at. So the difference between, so it's trailing by 2 point, whatever that subtraction is right there. So it'll trail. So if I hit confirm, it's gonna move my stop loss as is. You see it's moving with it. It's moving with it now. So it's trailing it. Did it just knock me out? No. So it's trailing it with it. And that's it's very friendly because you can do it right on the screen, which is really, really kind of easy going. So it's not gonna let me go below this number, only go up. So I like that. And I'm gonna move the trailing up a little bit more once it goes back to where it was. But yeah, so really user friendly. And TradeLocker, remember, is not the broker, it's the platform. It's just like MT5. MT5 or MT4 was not the broker, it was the platform. So I want to move this up a little. And anytime you want to, ooh, love it. Anytime you want to move that stop loss, I wanted to trail a little bit closer. So it's going to knock me out if it hits it. But I'm almost close to I think, did I move it too close? Okay. So just showing you somebody saying something. I didn't mean to do that. Erica, congratulations. Everybody's congratulating you, Howard. Everybody's congratulating you. Yeah, it's moving up with it. I got it tight. I don't want to get, yeah, there we go. I wanted to do it tight because I didn't want it to get, but I'm just showing, I wanted you guys to see what it's like. It's very user-friendly, very user-friendly. So I made what, a quick $10, $11 or something. I think my account was $96 or something like this. It's like $100. But that's what I do. Like if I'm trying, because you can see I don't really know this platform yet, but I have to use, for me, I have to use real money to fill it. So I'll just use it, $50. I think this account started with $50. I put $50 in here, and then as I'm learning and playing with it, I'm moving it up at the same time. So I've already doubled this account in a couple of days of just practicing. So yeah, God is good. God is good. But so that's TradeLocker. Wanted you guys to see that. But I also just wanted to see you guys how. Now, had I been in a bigger account, it would have been a bigger impact. And this is when you want to, these are some beautiful clouds. I'm telling you, you literally could, but again, it's at the bottom. It's got to breathe. It's got to breathe. So it's got to breathe. But you can see this whole time it's staying below 50%. It's staying, even though it's going up and taking these breaths, it's staying below 50%. That's when you know you're good. And for me, I know that when I have these clouds that's clear, it's just clear like that. Yeah. Got off to a little rocky start, but we know that rocky start was just coming after opening bell, holding back after opening bell. And then once it broke through, boom, you ain't had nothing but white clouds for indicating downward movement ever since then. Ever since then, even in the pullbacks, they have stayed white. That's what I mean. Like even in the pullbacks, still white. So that's mean it's taking shallow breaths, coming back. They're pullbacks, not retracements, pulling back. That's the first one we got. And the candle ain't closed, so we don't know if we're going to even keep that one. But yeah. So that's when I say you can get in the position and ride it to them next places. There you go. Even it's only pulling back. It's not making full retracement. It's not doing any retracement. Good ride down. And that ride is gonna stay it stays like that at least for an hour once you catch the right side after opening bell. Yes. Howard said thank you to everybody for the support. Yeah, it works for sure. It works. It works. I'm so glad for you, Howard.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for teaching us.
Okay. Anything else? Anything that anybody has any question about? You know, I know it's been different since we haven't had the daily bread in this, you know, in the morning time. Anything that anybody wants to see? Because I kind of, you know, I'm the type of, I can learn it at the first time. So I don't know. I know there's videos that I have for you guys, and I'm going to do them right after this class. I do have an 8 o'clock meeting with the IT guy to try to, with another person. Everybody just giving you your congratulations, Howard. But I do want to, I want to really, really emphasize the compound log. I really want to emphasize the use of it. And I know we've been doing indices because they move, but I've been, like yesterday's trade I did with Euro AUD, and I based it off of the fact that, what made, you know, because I don't know one from the next, but I based it off of using the currency strength meter. And at the time, let me refresh it. AUD was strong and Euro was weak. So I based it off of that. Now, like if I was to tell you to take a trade, if there was, you know, I was looking to just go into a trade, I would probably do odd USD. And the reason for that would be, is because of it. I know that there's and I would be I was going to say I would be buying because odd is strong and it's in the beginning of the pair. USD is at the back. So because it's at the beginning and it's strong, you want to buy this, and, you know, and it's selling that. So I would know right now if I wanted to just do a quick trade, I know that there would be some good movement in odd USD just based on the currency strength meter. Everything else is kind of equal, right? Or even NZD, USD NZD would be another one. They both are, you know, you want the lowest against the highest. Everything else is kind of equal. So they're kind of, that means that they're going to kind of be, you know, ranging. The only ones that's out of these pairs that's not ranging would be odd USD or NZD USD. And let's see, NZD. And in this case, NZD is higher, so it would be buying. Same thing here. So both of those pairs you could get into, and as you can see, just looking at the clouds, good clouds, you know, same thing there. So you can see just by looking at that, and this is opening bell here. So right after that, boom. And so that would be if you wanted to get into a quick. And the reason I'm showing you guys these, because this is not for long-term trade. You use your analysis for long-term trades. But if you wanted to scalp, we've been doing scalping indices. We know how to, you know, we do our analysis on the indices. But when you want to scalp pairs, because what I'm learning is, you know, pairs, think of cost less, meaning you have more margin, more leverage that you can use, so you can do a bigger lot size. So you can do a bigger lot size and it not count as much, but you make just as much money or more, I'm finding. You can even make more trading the pairs than the indices, because it costs more to get into the indices. So if you go here and you see that these are pairs that are available to trade, you go in with the higher lot size, and you're able to take these moves, these quick moves, because you know right now this is buying. So you wait for the pullback, you wait till it drops down, and then you enter in the buy in this particular case. For IUSD and NZD, that's what you would do. For AU and NU, you would get in like that. So just showing you, there's so many different ways that you can trade. Scalping has a world of strategies that you can use, and you get your money the same day. You know, you might have to scalp for your car payment. You know what I'm saying? You might, you know, because you I don't know, but I'm just saying, you get your money the same day. Is different than an intraday or a swing trading, when you have a great entry, great position, a great setup, and you got to wait for that. You know, it's going to happen, and you're patient and everything. But scalping is, yeah, this is that right now, God. This that right now money is what I call it. That right now money. That's what scalping. I need my money right now. what it is, a commercial that says, it's my money and I need it right now.
Yeah.
That's what scalping does. So those are ways, and you just continue, you refresh it, because this is giving you strength minute by minute. So this will change by the minute. So before you get in, you want to make sure that it's maintaining that same thing. So it's still maintaining the strength of, those trades. And so that's one of the things that, instead of you having to go in and look at, I got to do a full analysis on every pair. Not for scalping. Because remember, we're not going to give our money back. So you don't want to have to do the full analysis, but you want to have, like I said, you want something that's quick and easy. You got the 4 points, you got the RSI, that'll tell you it's time to get in. It's at the bottom and I'm buying, it's time, I'm ready to get in. You got your points on, your levels on here that's telling you you're running into resistance, because it's a scalp. It's supposed to be quick and easy. You shouldn't have to do 15 minutes of analysis for a scalp. For something you're going to be in for seconds or a minute or less, you shouldn't have to do 15 minutes of analysis for it. So everybody on board with that, and you can see it's going right back up. So came down to this 50, and you didn't even get the signal yet, but you've seen it starting to go back up. You can get in for your buy. Boom, it's going to go up, because your strength meter is telling you already that NZD and odd is buying against USD. These move slower. Some people don't like the fast action. Some people, like it to move slow. Some people don't. I like it to move fast. But let's go back and see what XPS still selling. Because I told you, they told you what they're doing. Now, in this case, let me show you how I use the clouds to tell me what's going on also. So I got the clouds, right? Remember I said we got some good clouds. Now, look, I'm starting to get gray in the clouds, and this one turned green, right? So I'm starting to get opposition showing me in the clouds. So I know that it's slowing down. It's just like this is a speed bump. So I know this trend is slowing down. So and now it created, this resistance zone. So I know that unless it breaks this, it's pretty much slowed down. So it's probably going to take a deeper breath, right? Because, it actually took the deep breath. It took it right here when it went up there. So, but now my next thing is, if it doesn't break here, which means the same thing is meaning it's going to make a higher low, right? That's how my points come into play, because remember, this point right here disrespected this one. It already showed one sign of disrespect right here. So I already know that as I'm in the trade, if I'm in this trade, this was still going down to here. These are equal lows, right? Equal lows, double bottom. That's all equal lows mean. Double bottom, same thing. So I got double bottom. So this is my 0.1, 0.2. I'm waiting to see what 0.3. Remember back here somewhere, I was showing you that we had divergence. Now they took one more run down now, and it looks like it may be going up. You definitely got, you can see it disrespected right here. So if I already know that, why am I going to stay on the trade? I'm going to wait, let it take its full breath, and figure out, do I want to re-enter? Is it gonna continue down? And we don't, sometimes we get into, I know I do, I get into that habit of, I don't want to miss these. I want to get every pip. You don't need to get every pip, because them panic pips. You don't need no panic pips. We're doing these peaceful pips. So that's the thing, so you just wait and see what it's going to do. Now, if you got back in here after this pull back and it came back, you still in profit. So you're not tripping, but you're still watching it to see that it's slowing down. It's slowing down. It's not giving you these big candles anymore. And I'm about protecting my profit. So the clouds is starting to get gray. You're getting gray clouds. You're getting some, all of those signs are telling you that, hey, it might be because you're scalping, you're not position trading. If I'm scalping, it's letting me know I don't want to give them back all my money, the money I just made. So I want to look at, I'm watching my position because I know that the trend is weakening. So that's how the indicator works with you. Now you see, you got this upward. So this is more than likely. Let's see, wait for candle close. I didn't wait for candle close, but we see we got this green marker indicating a potential direction. Well, it went off. So that's why we wait for candle close. But it's just showing you the trend is weakening. It's weakening. So these are all signs for you of exit, potential exits for you. So you don't have to question, should I get in? Should I get out? Because you can always re-enter. No big deal. But you can't get your profit back once you give it back to them. So. Any questions, thoughts, concerns?
I was just gonna say how, like you said, Donnie, when the opening bell and came and the market dropped, and it's went way further since then. So yeah, just confirming you don't have to rush to get that that first move.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
a lot more pips than it did even in that first, drop. So yeah, that's a
Right.
great observation.
Thank you, Shadia. Yeah, because a lot of people try to catch that, and it's like, I'm only going to try to catch it in the daily bread, like, because my fingers don't move that fast. So I'll let the daily bread capture it and know that if it ends up catching both of them, like both sides or whatever, I got the hedge, so I'm not really worried about that. But yeah, that I'm telling you, I used to trade that move. And I had some big wins and some big losses. And that was before I had the hedge. I didn't have the hedge then. And then, then God gave me the hedge, but I wasn't using it properly. I hadn't gotten the full, and then there's some, greed left in me that needed to get worked on. So, so yeah, I wasn't using it properly. And so it just, I'm telling you, then he started showing me, you don't got to take that first move. It doesn't matter. Like, let the daily bread do that because you don't move that fast. And then you can trade afterwards. And then I get my trade feel for the day. And then I, because I know what I've been able to see, like what they're trying to do, despite everything else that they're doing, I could actually visualize this is what they're really trying to do. Because one thing that I don't feel is taught enough, you have to understand in the live market, for every buyer, there has to be a seller, right? For every seller, there has to be a buyer. For every seller, has to be a buyer. So my whole thing is you got to think about it. Just really, really think about it. There's institutions are selling millions of positions. Their lot sizes is they're not like our little 1, 2, 10, 20, 30, 100 even lot size. Their lot size is like in the thousands. They have in the hundreds of thousands. Their lot sizes are huge. So just imagine if they're trying to sell 100,000 lots. Who we barely can do one lot. Who coming with 100,000 lots of NAS or US 30, right? Who has that type of money, right? So, and they're really banks against banks, or hedge funds against hedge funds, or, in that particular case. We're all looking at the same chart. Remember, we're all looking at the same chart. So if it looks like a buy to me, they're not dumb. It looks like a buy to them too. So how do I convince people? Because if I want to buy, how do I convince you that it's selling? So if we're looking at the same chart, because you got to be willing to sell while I'm willing to buy. How do I do that? How does that get accomplished? And so they're actually, and I don't want to get it too complicated. they're actually hedging. They're actually doing the same thing. They're putting in an opposing trade in order to get what they really want accomplished. And then once they get what they accomplished, they remove the hedge. They're really doing the same thing. But they most brokers let them do it, but they don't let us do it, So it's just the market. And it's when you sit back and think about it, and they teach us, we just click a button and it buys and sell. But in the live market, somebody is on the opposite side of that buy or sell. And the broker is just the middleman. But in Forex, because Forex is taking its own trades, the broker is not just the middleman. The broker is actually the other side of the trade too. But that's not true in the live market. There's an actual person on the other side, or an actual fund or bank or institution on the other side of the trade. And so that's why when you're taught in futures and options, they really teach you more so about that, they're teaching you about the buyers and sellers. Look, it's still moving. Still moving, because they told you what they were doing. And then if you go to a higher time frame, oh yeah, it's coming down to here. It's coming down to here before you get any real resistance. It's coming down to here because it's breaking. This is why. So this is right here. This is one, this is where a double bottom could have existed. This is the next place about double bottom would exist, would be here. So that's going to be next. But this is the final place that they're going to. And then on top of that, that's why I tell people all the time, if you fib this move, where does this take you to? And look at this. Oh, I didn't even, man, I love it. This one candle resistance. This one candle resistance is where it's coming back to. And look, that's right in line with this. This is a 5061.8 zone. We don't know when it happens, but we know it happened. It's going to happen because look, this all the way. So it came up, it validated, it wicked into here, came back. It couldn't cross the 11.4. It broke the 11.4, but it couldn't, it didn't break. It didn't make a new high. So that's a what? Double top. It's a double top right there. So this is a double top. 50% is a validation move. Now, if it closes below this, it's going all the way back down to here. We don't know when. It may go up, down, up, down, up, down as it's coming down here, but it's coming back down to here. And so this is where this is going to try to get to. It's going to try to get to here, but really you got this one candle resistance. This is where it's trying to go to. And isn't that amazing that it's right in the 5061.8 zone? Right in that golden ratio. That's where, especially as soon as we got how many minutes on the hour? We got 34 minutes on the hour before it validates a retracement versus a pullback. Anything, up until it pulls back, it passes a 23.6 is a pullback. Anything in here is a pullback. This becomes a retracement once the candle closes behind. Now, because this went back up, right? And this is the same as that's why this swing, it hasn't made, you wouldn't go from here. You're going from here because it never made another high. So those are equal highs. So that's like the same point. So that's why I'm going from here to here. So as soon as this validates that that's validating it's a retracement. Next place is the 38. Next place is the 5061.8 zone. And then it'll go from there because from here, you have this one single candle resistance, and then you have this single candle resistance. That's the next place it's going to go to. So fibs are awesome tool to use as well. So, and right now, what do you think is running into this one candle resistance? One candle resistance is powerful when you find them, especially on a higher time frame. Yeah, see, 4 hour, there's none. 2 hours, there's none. The 1 hour is where the one candle resistance start coming in. So this tells you this is the time frame to look for, and this is where it's coming to. Any questions on that? Oh, I have a bunch. Yeah, this is where it's trying. So it's going to do some dropping. Again, I said, I don't know the when, I don't know the timing, but I do know where it's going to. So with that knowledge in mind, I know that my focus should be on sales when it comes to this asset. On the lower than the 1 hour, my focus should be on sales. Yeah, so. Everybody get that? And you can see on the 15 minutes, it's crossing. It's starting to come into sell territory. It's crossing. You can see the blue cloud is coming through, peeking through. Yep. Right there.
When you get a chance, could you show me how to find my max drawdown so I can see it on my chart? I've been trying to.
You're in Tradeovate?
Yes. And I've
Okay.
been trying to drop it because
No problem. I'll show you right now while we're waiting. Okay, because we're about to close anyway at 7:30. But so you see here, this is your distance from your drawdown, like right here. So what you want to do is go here. Are you in your system right now?
Yeah, but I can watch you.
Okay, so you want to go here and you want to go to accounts,
Okay.
right? And then you drag it where you want it. You know, you can drag this anywhere you want it on the chart. So I just put it.
Okay.
So I just put that one below this one, right?
Oh, okay.
So just move this up. So this is the one. So I just put it there. But then once you get it on here, you want to click this little settings button, the toggle for the settings, and you want to select the columns that you want. And what you want to do is you want to do distance drawdown net. I think it's net. Yeah, I think it's this distance drawdown right here. So that's what you want to. And then I have cash amount on there too. Because it tells you how much is in your account at the, where you're at.
Right.
And then it'll come up on it. So that's what it is. The distance to your drawdown. So as you get closer, so when this gets to 0, your account is closed. Basically. And this is where you're at as far as building up to passing your goal. But this is your distance. When this gets lower, gets to 0, that's when you're and then this tells you if you have open trades. That's what dollar open is. So okay, Shadia, have a beautiful day as well. I'll talk to you later. See you guys later. See you later. We're about to end anyway. So you got that?
Yes. I didn't do SP but I was doing NAS and I did pretty good because it was kind of following the same direction. So I'm happy with what I did today.
They do. They follow they do that. Most of the indices follow in the same direction. So yeah.
Thank you.
Good job. Yeah. And just know what, just because we're trading whatever we're trading, I'm gonna take this off because I don't like to trade whatever you're used to trading. That's why I asked, because again, the reason I asked because I want people to understand it doesn't matter as far as my indicator, it works. I don't care what you trade on, it works on everything. It doesn't matter because it's based on price action. It's not based on, like some theory that I have. It's based on price action. So it's going to work with any asset. It doesn't really matter. So that's why I asked you guys, because I don't want people to think like, oh, well, she knew that it would work with that one. No, what do y'all want to trade? You know, from indices, currencies, oils, metals, it doesn't matter. They all work. Sorry about that. So yeah. But if you guys don't have any more questions or need any assistance, anything, I'm going to close off for the day and get prepared for my meeting. And I'm hoping to get some good news about my indicators. I'm not my indicators. They're called EAs. It's actually. But yeah, so hoping to get something done soon on that. All right, Nina, you have a great day as well. I will talk to you guys later.
Have a great
Happy
day.
training. Please practice, 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 practice.
Yes. Have a
All
great
right.
day.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
All righty. Bye-bye, you guys.
See everybody.
Thank you.
Good day. Take care.
Thank you.